we talk a lot about psychokinesis. We talk a lot about the power of our thoughts and our
brain power, literally.
Yeah, our thoughts and perceptions.
Yeah.
Thoughts and perceptions. So one thing I'm curious about, knowing how quote unquote haunted Salem is. Now, we all go there believing Salem's haunted. Everybody who lives there believes Salem is haunted. Mm-hmm. Everybody who lives there knows about the witch trials. Everybody who lives there thinks about the witch trials every single day, I'm sure.
And if not thinks about it, they're surrounded by it, so they're forced to see it.
Does this create a haunted environment?
Mm-hmm.
Does all of this energy being focused on the thought of a witch trial and the thought of hauntings and the thought of negativity in the area,
mm-hmm.
does that promote haunting in the area?
Right.
Is there like a big dome of energy over Salem
right.
that is a conductor
mm-hmm.
for paranormal activity?
Right.
Is it because of all of those thoughts that go into this, and the people want it so badly to be haunted, and people want so badly for there to be crazy, creepy things happening in Salem that they're happening?
Yeah, right.
We're making it. It's like a 16-year-old girl creating poltergeist activity.
That she doesn't realize she's doing.
Exactly.
And it's also the thing where a lot of people that are going there, how many people right now are intuitive or sensitive to some extent and don't know it, and go there and see things and hear things, and possibly their energy too it's a little bit stronger than just the average Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I imagine? Have you ever watched Person of Interest?
Yes.
Okay, so in the very beginning, like the opening.
You make me watch it.
The opening scene. Well, no, I don't know if you're actually paying attention or if you're like off in like Wonderland, But if the opening scene, it's as they pull away, it's just like hundreds of people talking in little heads. And I imagine that in Salem and all that creating that energy.
Yeah.
And all. Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of the obelisk.
Right.
But we have one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of it because I think it's just could spit words out for no reason. And
it can force you to make a situation out of one that isn't there.
However, after we finish this, we've used it in a quote unquote active location. And
right.
Kara's also right. Confirmational bias. It becomes paranormal because you expect it to be paranormal.
Right. Exactly.
So one of the things with the obelisk was when we were at one other location, we had a few things that actually made complete sense and
mm-hmm.
were very relevant to where we were.
Right.
So we were at this location. We had just finished using the Ouija board. We only had a little bit of time left in the witch keys. I took out the obelisk, turned it on. The first word it spit out was paranormal.
Yes.
I said paranormal. Actually, no. First word it spit out was highway.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, why would you say highway? What does that mean to you? What are you trying to tell me about a highway? Why would you even know what a highway is? And then it says paranormal. I say, okay, what does highway and paranormal have to do with it? Are you telling me there's a paranormal highway here? This is exactly how the question's going. Are you telling me there's a paranormal highway here? There are many spirits that travel through here because of this. The next word that came through was multiple.
Mm-hmm.
So now I've got highway, paranormal, multiple. So you're telling me that there's multiple spirits that travel because this is a paranormal highway? There's spirits come and go through here all the time? So then I said, you need to tell me something about this area. Tell me something about the location we are at right now so that I know that I'm communicating with you. The word that came up was store.
Yeah.
There was another word in between.
I just almost vomited.
But that word that came up was store.
Yeah.
We're in the basement of a T-shirt store.
Yeah.
They sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more coincidental it could get.
mm-hmm.
However, it was fairly relevant. We were seeing activity. We all felt multiple presences in there. The words that came through on the obelisk seemed to corroborate that. And then when I said, tell me where we are, it says store.
Yeah.
The word in between was Nick, and I don't know. It's just...
That's weird, yeah, but...
I didn't pursue the word Nick, but the next word was store.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of it. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the obelisk, but that's a pretty good little...
Well, you're right. Sometimes...
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Just make sense.
Yeah. It's like when we were at the other place and I asked where the business was. It
mm-hmm.
said it was a business owner, and I asked where the business was, and it said outside.
Yeah.
And where we were would have overlooked the business that the person had.
Yeah.
Again, it's how I perceive it. It could have been nothing. It could have been something.
Yeah.
But it just seemed fairly relevant to where we were.
If you think about it's almost paranormal investigating to me when we use the things like the Ovilus and like Echovox, to me, it's like they're trying to play charades by giving you words, one word at a time. I mean, how would I explain something to you if I only have enough energy? I can't give you a full sentence.
Right.
And I'm like dancing and doing things, and you can't see me, so I'm like, door, you know, and that's what comes through, and you're like, door, what door? What do you mean door? And I'm like, basket, because look, there's a basket inside that door, you know. I mean, that's how I think of it.
Right.
And they're trying to, but that, I mean, that's not everybody agrees with that, but that's what I see.
By the way, they put new insulation up above us, and I'm getting high as a kite right now.
It is like
smelling
465 degrees in here right now.
I smell fumes like from the stuff they sprayed. I'm getting hot.
I told you.
Like, woo.
Woo.
Anyway, sorry about that. Didn't mean to
Okay.
sidetrack us. But no,
but that's what I imagine.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Agree with you 100%. It's like not every scratch is malicious.
Exactly.
You know, if somebody's trying to get your attention and they're talking to you and they're not paying. Think of it this way. If your friend's got his back to you and he's got headphones on and you're calling his name and he's not hearing you, you're going to touch him to turn him around and let him know I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
If a spirit's talking to you and you're not hearing them, they're going to reach out to touch you to try and get your attention. If that touch happens to leave marks on you and you react to that, what are they going to do from now on when they're trying to react and get someone to pay attention to them?
Yeah. I find it annoying, and I know that it's just because it has to deal with not being educated about the subject of paranormal investigating in itself and not having enough experience. Not to say that I'm an expert or I have a lot of experience, but I'll tell you one thing. If I get scratched, I'm not like, it's a demon, I'm leaving. Well, I mean, that's just irrational.
Wait, you mean it's not?
Yeah. Oh, I know, right?
Oh.
Well, no, they only go after fat guys.
Oh, that's right. According to, we found that out. We learned that by Tim Weisberg. Demons like fat guys. Chubby guys. Thick guys?
Chubby, no, he said fat guys.
Fat guys. Demons only like fat guys. Speaking of, hold on, I'm going to get back on track here for a second. Speaking of, Tim, we were doing the Ouija session.
Yeah.
Not my group, not your group. A different group was doing the Ouija session.
Right.
I think it was not your group.
Yeah.
But we have witnesses to this. They were conducting a Ouija session, asking very
it's a group right before
non-intrusive questions.
Yeah.
And somebody had asked a question that was a little personal for them. Said, hey, is this my grandfather?
Mm-hmm.
Or something to that effect. When they said that, the table that the Ouija board was on was shoved several inches to the side.
Yeah.
Nobody was standing on the side that the table was shoved from.
Yeah, no, violently, according to what Tim said.
Like made people nervous
pushed,
the way it happened. Like, pushed aggressively.
Yeah.
And startled everyone.
Aggressively is a better word. I don't think violently. People think that we're like stuck to the ceiling, spitting out pea soup, and you know.
Yep. So we have someone asking for the call-in number. The number is 713
955
955
0384.
There you go. 713 955 0384. And
we've only got a few minutes left, though.
Yes, we only got a couple of minutes. So thank you, Kara. I appreciate that. That was perfect. But yeah. So whoever you are, call in, and if you say Baba Booey, I'll hang up on you.
Oh my God! If you say Baba Duke, I'll hang up on you. But anyway.
So that's something that we have someone in the chat room actually witnessed it. They're saying too.
Oh, nice.
Hang on just a second. We're going to take this call.
Okay.
Caller, you're live on the air.
Hey, Mark and Lauren, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Hold on, I'm getting yelled at to go in the other room because she can't hear the radio while I'm on the phone. Okay, hey, this is Shane. It was funny because I was just about to call in and talk about what you were talking about with the Ouija board and the table. So I had a digital recorder on the table where they were doing the Ouija board. Okay. I also had I was using my infrared GoPro.
Yes. You were in love with that thing
that
night, by the way.
Watch out, Maggie.
What's that?
I said you were in love with that thing that night.
So, Chris the Warlock had just come downstairs, and he was kind of kicking around for a couple minutes. I'm getting yelled at to move more. All right, I gotta get kicked out to another room because she can still hear me. All right.
Listen, you're live on the air. That's fascinating radio.
You're making me lose my thought now. All right. Warlock Chris. Oh, So he had just opened up the door to go into the back room on Rich T's where the tunnel is.
Yep.
Half a second after he opened the door, I moved my camera around to look at him go through the door, and then I hear everyone over there with a table moving. So
wow.
As he opened the door, and I watched the video 100 times, I'm trying to think, maybe he opened the door and it caused a suction of air to come through and kick the table.
Interesting.
But no one felt any breeze. As soon as I whip the camera around, you can see the T-shirts all lined up there, and there's no movement from any push of air through it.
Yeah.
Definitely not something strong enough. So my guess is, Chris opened the door and whatever spirits were down there made a run for it. But
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, because she does have some T-shirts on like a hanging rack.
Yeah.
Which if there was any kind of big draft, they would have moved a little bit.
Yeah.
And honestly, even if there was a draft, the table's not gonna be pushed into
it
skid.
wouldn't have been a big enough draft.
It'll rock
for the
a
table.
little bit. Yeah.
And this is what I love. By the way, this is Shane Town. Shane and his wife Maggie are investigators in training on our team. They were part of Salem Con.
Yep.
They led one of the teams that we had going on.
I wore the shirt better, just so you know.
So Shane and
I
Lauren
gotta
had
tell you a
shirts
little
of very similar shirts. So one thing I can say is I love the fact that Shane just went through this process because of the fact that he, in his mind, tried to logically debunk what happened.
Right.
The good thing for that is that, if we could debunk it, then we had an answer for it. The only problem is that people were coming in and out of that door all night long, and that there was just no way that the suction was happening.
Exactly. I'm sorry, but if it had happened, you would have heard that from Greenwald or from Tim. They would have said, well, that happened before. That's,
right. Right. But that's awesome that you went through that process of trying to figure out, what could have caused it.
Right.
And debunk it. And, kudos to you for doing that, man. I appreciate it.
Good job, Shane. Woo!
All right. All right, guys.
Awesome, brother.
Awesome.
I'll let you go, and you can let us know plans for next year's Salem Con.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. We'll be talking soon, okay, brother?
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
And one thing I wanted to add to that, too, was, like, what I told you was that when I was standing back there in that same spot where the table was with Dom and Tim, and I heard what sounded like gravel falling down the wall. And I was like, and I mean, it spun us around. Everyone that was there was like, what the F was that? And I said, well, it could be someone walking upstairs. And Tim goes, because people have been walking upstairs all night, and that has not done that. And at the same time, the small door that was there opened. So I shut it.
Yeah.
And we continued to do what we were doing, and maybe like 10 minutes later, slowly opened. I was like, I gotta throw up.
All right, we've got a little over a minute left in the show.
All right, we gotta go.
Before we buzz, I want to thank Dom.
We want to thank everybody.
All right, we want to thank Dom.
Yeah.
We want to thank Maggie and Shane.
Yeah.
We want to thank Mike, our lead investigator, also.
Yeah.
And
Liz.
Everybody who pitched in. Randy Fortunato for leading our lectures downstairs at Salem Con. Liz Askew, Mike's girlfriend, and also a member of MGHPF.
For helping out so much.
Everybody.
Yeah.
All of our friends and vendors who we didn't get a chance to give a shout-out to. The folks that came out. The Hawthorne Hotel. Freaking amazing. What a great spot. What a great bunch of people there. Definitely want to do that there again.
Oh, yeah. Our locations.
Tim McGuire from Remember Salem and Why Not Swans.
Yeah, Joan.
Joan, yep, over at Witch Teas. Guys, please stick around and hang in for Drinks with Tiff at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And then at 9 p.m., stick around for that, too. We have UFOs, Aliens, and Beyond with Christina George.
Yep.
Lauren, you want to say anything before we go?
I'm just very thankful to everyone who came out, and it really brings a tear to my eye that you all had such faith in us, and that everyone had a good time.
Yeah. I
really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. Every single one of you.
We do.
Thank you so much.
And Crash.
Scott's new best friend.
Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate it. We love you all, and have a great night. See you later.
Bye.